Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yahweh Allah, coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And, decided to do something a little different today. I'm out here on a walk, so I'll do a little walk and talk and just roll in the spirit. Lord's will, it's edifying. But I just wanted to get into prophecy, all right? And sure enough, Satan got to be out here. Confusion. But, hey, we're at the end, all right? And this is what we see going on, and Apostle Tahar just did a video. This whole system that's being put into place by Esau, all right? This is in the scriptures, okay? The whole MOTB going into the Charagma, all right, this whole CBDC system, a new way to pay, all right, what do they say? The digital transhumanism, all right, this is all in the scriptures, but this is end time prophecy. And these are the things we're supposed to be looking for, believing in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, believing in the God of the Bible, all right, calling yourself a true believer, okay? These are the things you're going to be looking forward to, all right? These are the things you're actually going to be looking towards. All right, because this lets us know where we're at in terms of the kingdom. All right, but actually, let me start with that first. What did it say? Desired the things you see. Yeah, this is Matthew 13 and 17, and then I'll jump back to Sirach. Matthew 13, verse 17, and it says, I'll start at verse 16. It says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. All right, and we have the understanding. Lord's will, we keep the understanding. Lord's will, we're of the elect, and we're slated for salvation and not destruction. Lord's will, we keep this understanding, okay? But right now we can see these things, all right? The Lord has given us the gift of faith to be able to see, okay, the MOTB is what is being said by the apostles and elders on down. It is the R to the F to the I, D, C hip, okay? The Esau is who he is a so-called white man, okay? All these things, we are able to see it, all right? So we are blessed. We have been given that gift of faith. Verse 17, it says, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear and have not heard them. And what is the main thing we're hearing right now? That we're at the end, okay? That we're seeing the things that show the kingdom is about to be established, all right? Well, there's the account, when the disciples asked Yahweh Shai, they said, will thou now restore the kingdom to Israel? But it wasn't that time yet, okay? We still had to have the falling away. Man of sin had to be revealed, all right? Coming up into now, World War III, the MOTB, all these things are prophecy that had to happen beforehand. But the beautiful part about it is we're living in it right now. This is it, all right? But it said many prophets, many righteous men desired to see these things, okay? Because, best believe they wanted the kingdom to be established, all right? We're tired of seeing our people go off. We're tired of going off, being in these chains of darkness. We want Yahweh Shai, we want the elect to be in rulership, okay, so that the world could be at rest, so we could be at rest, so we can finally enjoy, all right, the earth, Idan, But as we see, the end time prophecies are coming to pass now, okay? Now let me jump back to Sirach 39 and 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof. So if you're studying, you're into the scriptures, okay, you're aware of what's going on, you believe, it says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. Hey, that's another thing, the wisdom, okay, how to maneuver in this world. What does it say? Isaiah 33 and 6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. And we're heading into times where that wisdom is very much needed. Okay? And it all comes by way of what? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But it says, they will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And that's the point. Okay? Again, we read it. The men of old, righteous men, prophets, desired to see these times. So now, in the like stead, well, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. These same prophets coming back, doing the same thing, wanting to see the end. But here it is, we're at the point in the timeline of Earth, so to speak, that this is where we're about to see the transition into the kingdom. Okay? This is the point where the wicked are no longer going to be in rulership, and Jake is going to come into rulership. All right? But let me jump over here to Habakkuk real quick. 2 and 3. Actually, I'll start at verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the watchmen are set up. They're what does it say? We're occupied in prophecies. We're desiring to see these things. Okay? We're seeing what's said in the scriptures, and we're matching it on what's going on in the earth today with the current events. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right, and the visions have been made plain. The visions are going into the prophecies. We know that the charagma, or the MOTB, is the R to the FIDC hip. Okay, we know Esau, Edom, the wicked, is the so-called white man. All right, we know who Amalek is. We know what the third woe is. Okay, we know Babylon the Great, the city of confusion. Okay, we know what these things are because they were made plain upon tables. All right, it says, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. And so these visions, these prophecies are for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So at the end, primarily these end time prophecies are going to be speaking. Okay, and like I said, these are the things we were looking for. The end time prophecies, World War III, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah the 30th chapter. All right, Esau's last go around, Revelation the 12th chapter. The MOTB, Revelation the 13th chapter. Okay, America being destroyed. What is that? Jeremiah the 50th chapter, 51st chapter. Okay, all these prophecies had to come to pass before the nation of Israel, or the kingdom of Israel, is established. Okay, but it says wait for it, because it will surely come. We have to patiently wait for it, and it will surely come, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not a man that he should lie. All right, let me jump over here, because this is the whole testimony of Yahushai. All right, Revelation 19. What do you think Yahushai was preaching? All right, what do you think that Yahushai was telling the people? Okay, telling the Israelites. And then in turn, what were the disciples and apostles getting? You know, they were telling the nation of Israel to repent, come back to the Lord, bid them to the marriage. All right, but Revelation 19, and I'll start at verse 10, and it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant. So John the Revelator seeing the angel, and he's bowing down to the angel, but the angel's saying, hey, I'm your fellow servant. Don't bow down to me. And it says, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. So this angel has the same testimony of Yahushai. And what is that? For the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's all about prophecy. And prophecy simply means to say before. Okay, so there's certain things that were said before they would happen. And we have a whole book of prophecies. And the beautiful part about it is they're happening right now. Okay, or they're getting ready to happen in our lifetime. All right, now I'm gonna jump to 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 1, and it says, he answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Okay, so if you're a man of the Lord, if you believe what is written, you're going to be constantly, diligently measuring the times. Well, we read why, because we desire to see the times. We desire to see when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to establish the kingdom. Of course, we know, no man knows. We don't know exactly when Yahweh is going to get sent back. We don't know exactly the date that Esau is going to be taken out of power. And you know, Lord's will, we're of that number to get beamed up into the chariots. And then the nation, the kingdom is established. We don't know the exact date, of course. But what can we do? We can measure the times. Okay? We can see, well, the scriptures say, I think that's Thessalonians, that we would not be in darkness, that that day would not overtake us as a thief, because we would be watching for these things. Okay? It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, so when we see the things that were said before, the prophecies, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And this is exactly where we're at. Okay, there's a reason why things are popping off in Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan, but also in the Middle East. Okay, what is that? Joel, the 2nd chapter, I believe. These nations preparing for war. That's why they say there's no peace in the Middle East ever, because the Lord's getting ready for that judgment in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is that Middle Eastern region, okay? Which all goes into World War III, which is what, Revelation the 11th chapter, I believe. Okay, there's a reason why we're seeing things about little grains, the things the size of grains of rice being inserted in skins. Okay, CBD system. There's a reason we're seeing this. There's a reason why Esau is being exposed at an all-time high of what his true intentions are. Okay? It says, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And those are just a couple of the signs, okay? Earthquakes and uproars. Earthquakes are at an all-time high in magnitude. Uproars of the people. Hey, we're seeing that go all over, these protests, all right? These riots. It was popping off in France. It might still be, okay? But everybody's fighting against this agenda. They're fighting against the wickedness of Esau, okay? A world ran by the wicked. It says, verse 4 again, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And this is what we understand. Hey, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua told us of these things that were going to happen thousands of years prior. Okay, the MOTB, for example, Revelation 13 chapter, when was that written? Over 2,000 years ago? But we're seeing it come to pass now. All right, and you know, you could read into Karagma, Karax, Grapho, which is the word M-A-R-K in Revelation the 13th chapter. All right, and you know, it's plain as day if the Lord is dealing with you. Like Yahweh Shai said, those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. Okay, but it says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end is being made clear. Okay, you can see that this place cannot go on. The rulership is in need of changing. The scriptures say that the Lord is going to set up one that is profitable. Okay, under the rulership now, what is it saying? The people are languishing, or the people are mourning. Okay, because the earth is literally being destroyed. Okay, the scriptures say if the Lord didn't speed up the time, that no flesh would be saved. All right, that's how in need of a new rulership this place needs. Okay, but clearly the end is nigh. It says, even so the times, verse 6, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. All right. Oh, and another thing, the chariots. Why is there so many so-called UFO sightings? Why is the government coming out trying to push the narrative, control the narrative, so to speak, of saying they have down alien UFO spaceships. They got biological, specimens. So, because this is all scriptural, okay? The UFOs are in the Bible as the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Shai. But we know Esau don't have any of that technology. He just wants to control the narrative, all right? What is it? You can look into that Project Bluebeam, all right? But these are all effects and signs. All these so-called natural disasters. All these people, just, what is it? The love of many waxing cold. These people just killing each other, all right? You got a so-called Category 5 hurricane about to hit California, all right? And we understand the Lord deals with judgment, and he's visiting this place because we're at the end. In verse 7, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. All right, and that's the only ones who are going to get out of here are the elect. Okay, the elect are the only ones that know what's going on. They're the only ones that are going to be stable in understanding prophecy, and these things have to happen. Okay, and they're the only ones that believe, and they're actually doing something about it. Okay, because faith is an action. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we're seeing prophecies. And if you're into the scriptures and if you believe in Yahweh Hashem Shai, you're going to be looking for these prophecies. You're not going to be in that party spirit. You're not going to be distracted from, the things of this world. All right. You're going to be in tuned, locked in, understanding that this place is about to be destroyed. And we could see everything, being put into place to say it, to make it so. Okay, we see Esau's he's pushing his agenda. All right, we see that, there's no way that this place is going to go on. All right. But yeah, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Baba.